Check it if there is a YouTube symbol is coming there.
Yeah.
That is coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll make you host and okay, please go ahead. Huh? Thanks.
Sure. Done.
Uh, can you make me unhost? You are not. You are the host now, right? Make host. Okay. Yes, please go ahead.
Sure. Done. Thank you. Hi all. How are you?
Yeah, hi Ramya. We are good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing good. Yeah. So let's start with the continuation of our previous session. I think we had an assignment, right?
Yes, Ramya.
Yeah. So please proceed. So what was the question and what was the answer?
The question is effective 1st Jan 2027. The company is going to give the following changes. The employee move from SAP support to SAP consultant. His business unit is changed from IT services to digital transformation. His manager will manager, but his manager will manage, but his location Hyderabad.
His
salary,
manager changes and his location remains Hyderabad.
his manager changes. His
Uh,
location is Hyderabad. His salary is
remains
remain.
Hyderabad. Remains Hyderabad. Yeah. So is Hyderabad is like giving him a new location. Remains Hyderabad is like existing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hyderabad. His salary is not changed, but he's got a bonus one time. First, we are going to the job information. We are changed the designation and information, event and non-recurring.
Any other answers? Altogether same answer or different answers? Hello?
Yes, Ramya. Same.
Oh, same answer. So first thing, the changes is like first is business unit in the job information. Then his department is changing. Okay, once the business from he is moving from IT side, his business unit changing, and once his business unit is changed, his department will also change. Then immediately his manager will be changed in the job information. Then there is an event of transfer with an effective date. So always made a point, never ever miss a point of transfer and effective date with the portlets, effective date portlets, which are job information, comp information, all these portlets. With the portlets, effective dating is a mandatory thing for the personal address. Effective dating matters a lot. So clearly, the reason behind I've mentioned effective 1st Jan 2027 is company announces is first comes the effective change, effective date. Then immediately it comes to Rahul moves from SAP support to consulting. Immediately comes the department. Then his business unit changes. Then business unit. His manager changes. Then manager. His location changes. The next question is his location changes. Okay.
Yes.
Then his salary changes, which is a compensation portlet. So you have to specific.
You told to me his salary is not changed,
Yeah,
but
his
he got
salary does
bonus.
not change. Yeah,
He got bonus.
bonus,
One time. It's a
which is a
non-recurring.
yeah, which is a pay non-recurring payment. Okay, so the answer should be very precise with the portlet levels. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
So, uh, after this session, I mean last 3 sessions which we have done with all the portlets and the people profile and all thing. So the overview of this is like, what is the most thing we are discussing? Like, what is that we are talking about? What So every time we talk about personal information, job information, comp information, every time we talk about people profile, what we see on the people profile, how the people profile looks, what is this all about? What are we getting? I mean, what are we collecting? What we want? What are we seeing?
We are seeing all employees, all the data.
Perfect data. Okay. So when we say data, everywhere it is just basically we are collecting some kind of information, and that information is it is in the different places and categorized in the different ways. So in system, when I say the after seeing all this data, here comes a concept called foundation objects and generic objects. Okay.
Oh,
So just a moment, I'll share my. Are you able to see my screen?
yes, Ramya, it's visible.
Yeah. Sorry. So today we will be discussing about. Still, you are able to see my screen?
Your screen is visible.
What do you see? PPT, right?
Yes, PPT, foundation objectives and
Yeah.
generic objectives.
Yeah. Today our basic topic and very important topic, very core topic is foundation objects and generic objects. Once you know what is a people profile and what kind of data is there on the people profile, then immediately you have to know what is foundation and what is generic objects. I mean, how the data is categorized, how the data we are receiving. So in today's session, by end of this session, we should be able to know what are foundation objects, what are generic objects, and what is the difference between foundation objects and generic objects. And we should identify where these are used in the success factors, and we'll see some real-time business examples. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start this way. When we hire an employee, let's consider we are hiring an employee in our system. Where does the department, location, company, or a business unit come from? So we have seen all those information. If you remember, in the job information, we have a position. So in the position, we were talking about the company, business unit, division, department. It is a legal entity is called a company, all those stuff. Okay. So where do we see that?
Please,
Job information portal only.
We see there. So how do you think where this data will be coming from?
people profile.
So to the people profile, from where this data will be coming?
You asking for the portlet or cards?
Sorry?
Cards. You asking for the where the data?
No, I am not asking. Just think of it. I'm not asking where is this.
Predefined,
Uh,
predefined. Ramya.
just a minute. Just a minute. So it is not like this. Oh, sorry, I missed your answer. What was the answer?
It's already predefined.
Yeah. So the objects are predefined, but not the values. Okay. So when I say an object, if I say you already, when you open your screen, you already see a name called legal entity. Okay. Legal entity, business unit, division, department. These are the objects already predefined, I mean, already created in SAP SuccessFactors systems. We are just adding values to that legal entity. Okay.
Okay.
So, like these are predefined organizational and structural data. I mean, whatever the data they want for organization structure. When I say organization structure, the structure of an organization which we discussed, legal entity, then business unit, then division, then department, cost center. These are the predefined objects which we get for, which are used for organizational and structural data used, which we use in a success factors. Okay. They represent the basic building blocks of an organization. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So without a foundation object, you cannot hire an employee because there will be no company, no department, no location, no business unit. So you understood, right? There is a field called location. There you are creating a location called Hyderabad. Okay, guys, clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there is a
Um,
field called location. Then you are creating a location Hyderabad. You go and you configure as per the client's requirement. That is Hyderabad, Pune, w- uh, whatever it is. Such kind of locations you create. There is a field called company. There is an object already created in the backend by SAP SuccessFactors, which is a foundation object company, and you see that company, then you create your own company, which is XYZ company, ABC company, whatever. That in the drop down you create a company. Clear?
Okay, clear.
yes.
It's just that, like, for a live example, see, let's consider you want to build a house. Okay. So in order to build a house, like before you want a house, once you move in, you will be getting your sofas, whatever the interiors you want, you will get it. But you get to get all those interiors, first you need an house. So to build that house, you need a, like you first need a building, then where in which floor you want your building. Then in that floor, once you get a house, you will make them into different rooms like kitchen, bedroom, hall, dining. This, it is just that these are first predefined. In a building, you have already built a in a particular floor, you wanted a house, you built a house, you have separate rooms defined. Then you move in, then you get your kitchen, all the items into the kitchen, all the bedroom requirements like beds and all this into that. In the dining hall, you'll get your dining table, sofa. You understood the difference, right? There is already predefined foundation object, which is a house, which is made in different rooms. You just move in and you get your things that are required. That is the difference. The foundation is already done. You get your things what are required. Clear? So
Yeah.
considering here, so company, department, location, business unit, division, department, all these are your foundation objects, and the values which you see under them are called generic object. Sorry, the values which you create under them is your as per your requirement. So these are all whatever the values. So to the previous statement correction. So company, department, location, these are all considered as a foundation objects. And we go into system and we create values or required values for the foundation data. Clear?
Clear, Ramya.
Okay. Foundation objects are already built in the system. We create our foundation data as per our requirement. Clear?
Okay.
So, the most common foundation objects, and these are like what we'll say. Uh, it should be on your tips. You should always remember. We have already discussed this. Company, okay,
Business unit.
represents the legal entity. I mean,
Okay.
if once you have started a company called XYZ, your legal entity will be XYZ. Business unit represents the major business function. Okay. So after company is created, a business unit is created. Then division represents a subdivision within a business unit. Department represents employees working team. So you all remember this, we have discussed it during our job information portlet discussion. Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Ramya.
Location represents where you work. I mean, which location you are working. Cost center, if you remember, we had a very good discussion about this. Represents the financial units responsible for the expenses. You belong to particular cost center based on your claims or your salaries, or you belong to that budget. Based on this cost center, your budget will be decided. Your expenses will be taken from that cost center. Pay group, I think we have discussed in it in our last class. Employees payroll processing, we have multiple pay groups based on their pay groups. Matlab, I mean, can be anything. So the pay groups can be 12 payroll periods. I mean 12. If it is 12, then in a year he'll get that 12. I mean monthly payroll. If it can be weekly payroll, bi-weekly payroll, such kind of stuff. Pay grade represents a salary grade. Once the pay group is defined, so the grade is like which the salary grade which you falls in. Then pay ranges, like once a grade is given, between the range and what is the range he falls in, such kind of stuff is given. Okay. So always like a company represents a like first the legal entity represents a company. Then business unit represents like let's consider a a consultant company is formed. So in that, let's consider the company name is like some organization we have kept. In that business unit, we have uh, three business units, which is a consulting and other. Let's consider manufacturing. Okay, consult. You know the difference between consulting and manufacturing. Okay.
Yes, Ramya.
Clear. So business unit in a company, there are two business unit, which is consulting and which is a manufacturing. Okay. Then comes to division. So once we select some XYZ company is created in a legal entity, we select that XYZ company and we come and we give that association to two business units, which is consulting and manufacturing. Once we select that legal entity, we will see in the drop down, in the business drop down, we will see two options, which is consulting and manufacturing. Let's consider they have two legal entities. I mean, there is a one company, but they want to go with the two legal entities. I mean, they want to functional separately. So they create some XYZ one legal entity, and they want one business unit under that, which is consulting, and they want XYZ XYZ two legal entity, and they want only manufacturing under that business unit. Then when you select XYZ one company, under that, when you give only one association to consulting, under that drop down, you will be only seeing that consulting. Following with me?
Yes, yes, Ramya.
Yes. So in that we have a division called, let's call the division we called cloud services. For in the consulting, we will see cloud services. So that is a division under cloud services. So under cloud services, we have different departments. Let's consider we have finance department, we have sales department, they we have SAP consulting department, HR department. So you have got your company, you are into consulting, then you are into cloud services. In cloud services, how many departments we have? We have HR, finance, IT, SAP consulting. So, yeah, once you belong to that one or the other, this, then you belong to which cost center? Multiple cost centers have. When a person from its IT team, IT department raises some kind of claim, to which cost center it should give an expense. Clear? So it is, cost center is kind of a budget. If you remember, let's consider a family tree where we have a budget like once like under overall earning, there we have a budget of savings, we have a budget of expense, we have a budget of what different type of budget. So let's consider in a family we got a marriage and we have to give some gift. So the budget is taken from savings. Okay. So we have got some medical emergency. The budget is taken from the for the insurance amount which we have spent. You understand, the cost center is most kind of that. From where we have a different kind of budget where the expenses are going, where the I mean different kind of expenses are going, different kind of stuff they divided into different budgeted, and that kind of expenses will be handled. Okay. Then comes a location. We So once everything is filled, his location, if he is belonging, so our employee belongs to XYZ one legal entity with consulting in consulting business unit. His division is cloud, and he belongs to a SAP consulting department. And in SAP, he is into SAP consulting department, and then his location is Hyderabad. He belongs to some what we he belongs to a SAP consulting. He belongs to some code is given to sales cost center located in Hyderabad. He belongs to a monthly payroll, which is his pay group, and he belongs to a grade called G5, which is between 8 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Understood? If a position, if a employee is going into a system, his position details, these are all his job or position details, what will be in the system. If you go and open an employee, you will be seeing his all these details. If a person from higher level managements and opens or sees one employee, so he will see in which business whom he is reporting to, in which department he is working, who is the department head. Such kind of information is built in as this format, which is called as foundation data, where the foundation objects are predefined and we will be creating our foundation data. Clear?
Yes, Ramya.
Clear.
So, like, if a, let's consider uh, uh, a company, or yeah, let's consider that we have a company in a Hyderabad. Okay. So this is like, I'm just giving you more of business scenarios. Like, if you have any questions, guys, shoot out, because this is a very important topic. And first interview question: what are foundation objects? Okay. First question: is division is a foundation object or a generic object? So you'll have lot of questions on this foundation objects. So I want you to be very clear about the structure. Okay. So let's consider we already have a company here, a very small organization with 100 people. They have already opened their consulting here, and they want to open a new company in a location called Bangalore. Before hiring an employees, before they hire an employees, what is the first object, I mean first foundation data the HR will create for opening a new company in Bangalore?
Legal entity.
And any other?
Business unit. So can you repeat it again, Ramya? I missed it.
We already have a
Mm.
company with their legal entity. They have their own legal entity here, which is already established company with the company, business unit, division, department, location, cost center, pay group, pay grade. They already have this company in Hyderabad. Everything is built and 100 people are working in that company. Okay. So everything is built. They have created their own foundation data, whatever required, and it has been assigned to 100 people. And in system, we have 100 employees already accessing their employee central. Now they want to open the new office in same name with the same name. They want to open office in Bangalore. So what is the first thing HR creates? Think properly, guys. We
Location.
claim perfect. Very good. Okay. So before employee transaction, I mean before even employees comes into a system. So in order to hire an employee, we discussed first personal information, biographical information. Before doing all this, HR creates a foundation data in system, which is company, business unit, division, department. Even before employee transaction is done, we create a foundation data. Clear?
Yes.
Perfect. Any questions? Just 1 minute for questions. So connecting dots, right? Once you have seen a people profile,
Yes.
then you have seen all kind of data. Then now in that data, we are talking about one set of data, which is a foundation data. Connecting dots, clear?
Yes, Ramya.
Sure, done. Then comes our generic data. Okay. So it is like generic data is mostly a custom or configurable object created by organization to meet business requirements. Unlike foundation data, generic objects are limited to organizational structure. They can they can store like any data in the system. Understood something?
No, Ramya, actually.
Okay. So in the foundation data, like we discussed house, all things we are doing. Then in the generic data, I mean in the generic data, we in the foundation data, we thought we get all the tables, chairs, all those are a foundation. We thought about that. Then let's consider a bedroom. So the foundation of the bedroom is like a room is separated with attached washroom and we have given a bed. That is a foundation. I mean, that is generic. I mean, the object was already given. We have created a data such as bed, basic needs like lights, fan, a washroom. This is the generic. This is the needs of a bedroom. We have given all this. So beside bed, I want a customized bookshelf. Okay. Then on the right side of the bed, I want a customized phone storing stand to keep a phone. Understood?
Yes. Yes.
Connecting?
Yes, Ramya.
So foundation object is something which we got with a floor, a room separated. We just got an empty space, which is a foundation object. Okay. We have given a foundation data such as a stove in a kitchen, utensils to use, a bed, a sofa, these all stuff. Generic is something we have a requirement of a customized bookshelf beside a bed. So we create a generic object, which is we get a person who works on it. First of all, we get that all the objects. I'm talking about object now. Okay. I'm talking only about the object, not about generic data. You understand between first you are very clear about foundation object and foundation data, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
yes.
So the object is we have built a shelf. Okay.
Mm.
The shelf is already built. The data is what books go into that shelf. Understood?
Yes, yes.
So in the backend, you create a generic object with your required fields. I mean, whatever the data what kind of an object you want to see. So, for example, the real time example that was for something you get into a point. Now, the real time example, you have a personal information, job information, comp information, everything is okay needed. Let's during a COVID time most of the company has opted this generic object work from home uh, portlet. So on the UI, along with that job information, comp information, this information, you were also able to see a work from home portlet. Okay. So when you go to that work from home portlet, what are the fields you want to see? Like if you go to a you want to see employee ID, date of requisition, reason for a work from home. So these are the fields. These are the generic object. We create a generic object with a name, work from home, and the details we required in that portlet is like employee ID, effective date on which date he want to work from home, the reason for the work from home, start date and end date, such kind. That is a generic object we have created with whatever the details we want. Generic data is something which we give every employee has their own unique ID. Every employee want us work from home from a specific period to specific period. Every employee has a specific reason. Clear?
Yes, Ramya.
So foundation object is a predefined objects which are already in a system where we create our own foundation data as per our requirement. Generic objects are objects which are custom or configurable objects which we create based on the requirement, which we create on the business requirement. Okay. We
Yeah.
can store any kind of data in the for the generic objects. Some let's talk about a real time scenario apart from COVID is like let's talk. Mm, there is a parking issue in an building. I mean, in nowadays, like there is a let's consider there is a parking issue. So the company want to track the parking. I mean, what we say? Like let's consider we have some parking slots, so they want to track how many parking slots have been allocated. I mean, they want to pre-allocate the parking slots or some kind of stuff. Okay. So in our system, we don't have any such kind of foundation data, inbuilt data for SAP success factors. So obviously the other option is generic object. Okay. Now when we want to create a generic object with a parking allocation, so you go into that booking. So if you want a parking allocation, I mean you want to book a parking allocation, so you want to give a parking allocation, you yourself want to give a parking allocation. So let's try what kind of data we will be collecting. Just think of it.
Which type of
Employee, you asking for employee data?
I am not asking for anything. If you want to give a parking, you want to give a parking allocation to someone.
Vehicle
So
number.
Two-wheeler or four-wheeler?
Two-wheeler or four-wheeler and vehicle number.
one vehicle number 1, two-wheeler or four-wheeler 2, and
Employee name.
perfect. Fine.
Employee
Employee ID.
ID number
Perfect.
and employee shift also sometimes we have.
Okay. Good. So we have considering a parking, we have multiple zones, multiple floors. So you want to collect a data of parking floor number or a parking number or a parking if they have some kind of zones, parking zones. Yes, this is how we collect the data. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Now, one part is done. Okay, one part is parking number, I mean floor. So it has a drop down, which is this is a object which we have created with the parking number, parking zone, vehicle number, employee ID. We have created an object and we are able to see on people profile. So employee goes and once click on edit, so he will be seeing all those fields. So we will be creating a generic data, which is data options, which is if it is a vehicle number, it is a string. I mean, it is a free text. You should be able to type. So parking number. So we have a specific number allocated in our company or in our building. We will give all those values as a drop down, which we create it as a pick list. So parking vehicle number, which is a string. Then employee ID. Employee ID is what it is again a numeric ID, or else you can load the employee values and you can directly get that from the drop down. It is always customizable. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So talking about generic object is always giving multiple options and customizable. How the client want it, how they want it. So we should always think in a, if I am doing it for myself, what kind of options I will expect, and we are giving such kind of options. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll go with one more example, which is again a real-time example. So company provides a what we say, uh, once the laptops are given, nowadays companies are also giving us screens to work from home. They have their big screens to work from home. So they want to create, I mean, if employee want to request a big screen to work while working, if he want a big screen, he should request from his user, I mean his employee profile. So once he want to request we this kind of stuff, they have created a separate. They want to create a generic object for requesting a laptop. So when while creating an object, what kind of uh, data we will be collecting? For the company's process, what kind of data we will be collecting?
Employee ID.
Brand name.
Employee name. ID,
Mm. Mm.
and
Which
brand.
unit?
Lenovo brand. For example, Lenovo laptop means Lenovo brand name.
That is a generic data. I am asking about the what kind of while we creating a data. So what fields we will configure? I mean, to require to collect the data, what kind of data we want to collect?
Employee ID.
Perfect.
Unit, which unit is working, business unit and
That is already, it is in his job information, so we don't want any. So once we open his job information, we will be able to see all those stuff. So I don't think we need again those stuff. First thing, employee ID. Second thing, laptop ID or model, whatever, some serial numbers they will be collecting. Hmm? Third thing, along with mouse or without mouse. Fourth thing, along with headphones or without headphones. What what is the issue date and when he will be returning that. So always think in a business perspective. When you get a requirement, you should be in a business chair, not in a employee chair. Okay. If you have an employee, what kind of data you will be collecting from me? So always think it in a employee perspective. Okay.
Yes.
So most of the like generic objects I have seen in my experiences, like visa information. So they want to collect some visa kind of information. Apart from that, which I have given you example, asset tracking. So what assets the employee has been taking. Apart from that, cab allocations. Most of the people will be going with the cab allocation. Then training equipments. Apart from that, project assignments, such kind of stuff. For all this such kind of stuff, they will be creating the generic objects. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So in the next slide, just for our reference, I have given a difference between a foundation objects and a generic object. So here, like these are standard SAP objects. These will be custom objects, and in this custom objects also they will be effective date. Like those we will be seeing in further. Those will be effective dated or non-effective dated. I mean, only standard, such kind of stuff we will be having. We will be more talking on this generic objects and we will be creating one generic objects. I'm just giving you the difference between what is foundation objects, what are generic objects, what is foundation data, what is generic data. So this mostly represents the organization structure. This is a completely business specific information. This is used in job information. Foundation data is used in job information where we create a position using the foundation data. This is used either it is in the job information, comp information, in everywhere we will be using based upon the requirement. So few basic examples which we have seen: department, location, company, business unit, division. These are like standard foundation objects. These are the examples which I have given for generic objects. So before we go into some real time examples, any questions? You understood the clear difference? Any questions, ask me. You understood the difference, right? This is a very important topic. And first interview questions.
Ramya, you are told to me generic data and generic object. What is the meaning data and object? Can you explain again?
So generic object, while we create, they want to create a object for a parking allocation. So while creating an object, what we do is first we create an object where in the object we create a fields in a such a way that what kind of data we collect, which is I told you laptop ID, employee ID, serial number, issue date. All this is a when we create an object, we create an object with these fields. Okay. So on the UI, you will be able to see a this object which we have created. The data is something under the laptop ID, we give some ID. That is generic data. Under serial number, we give some data. That is a generic data. Under issue date, we give some data. That is a generic data. So the object is like we create that object and what kind of data we want to collect. We give all those fields here and we create an object. Once the object is created, the data provided is called generic data. Same way, foundation data. Already legal entity, division, department, objects are already created. We give a data to that. So that is the difference between object is something on UI which we create to see. The data is something which we are creating. We are collecting, sorry, which we are collecting. Object is something which we are creating. Data is something which that we want to collect through this object. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Clear, guys, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, real time example. I'll give one statement and I'll ask you questions. So, say yes or no with an explanation. Okay. So, one after the other. Okay. So first stop share. First is Soumya, then Satish, then Naresh. So you go in an order. The first question shooted is for Soumya, second is for Satish, and third is for Naresh. Okay.
Okay.
So the first question is like the requirement is we want to track every employee's company laptop. Okay. So
Okay.
the question is, can we use department? Can we use department object or the object department data?
Foundation.
No, I am asking, we in order to track an employee's laptop, we can use his department data.
Yes, Ramya, we are using department data.
Can we use his department data?
Which department you asking?
Can we use his department data? His department. Can we use his department?
Yes.
Explanation.
We are checking employee all the data.
How? We want to track his company's laptop. See,
Companies.
department is he belongs to a SAP Success Factors department. You want to track his laptop. So his department is SAP Success Factors. Using his department, how you will track his data? First of all, company laptop is to track laptop, we are creating a generic object. Department is a foundation object. How we will track using a department? No. Can we use his position?
No, Ramya.
It's so order is first is for Soumya, second is for Satish, third question is for Naresh. So now Naresh, can we use Satish, can we use position?
Position. No, Ramya.
Can we track using a generic object? Naresh?
Yeah.
Explanation?
No. No, Ramya.
More. ఎస్ మీకు అర్థం కావట్లేదా ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎంప్లాయీ ల్యాప్టాప్ ని ట్రాక్ చేయాలి అని అనుకుంటున్నాం ఓకేనా సో అప్పుడు ఆ ట్రాక్ చేయడానికి డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అనేది ఫౌండేషన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ వి కెనాట్ ట్రాక్ పొజిషన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని we cannot track. So we have to create a generic object, I mean, which is a custom object. We have to create a custom object where with the details like laptop details filled, laptop ID, mobile serial number, or a model or a issue date, employee ID, we can track. So in order to track an company's laptop, so the question is to track a company laptop using foundation or generic. How we can track? It is a generic, right? We have to create a custom object.
Oh.
Yes, yes, Ramya, got it.
Got it?
Mm.
Can we hire an employee without a company?
No,
Can we hire an employee without a department?
No, Ramya.
No.
Why?
because it's a foundation object, right? It's already pre-built.
Inbuilt.
It's kind of mandatory also. Company wants to track a employee lockers, foundation object or generic object.
Generic.
Generic.
Why?
Because we need to create it, it's not predefined, right? So it's a customized.
Company opens a new branch in Bangalore. Which objects need to be created first?
Location,
Which object?
it's foundation.
Foundation object.
Foundation object.
Company want to store a passport renewal details.
Generic object.
Perfect. So we are going to start a fresh company. Okay. So like and about 100 members are about to join in that company. So what is the first data we are going to create in the system?
Company name.
And
Company legal entities details.
Legal entity.
Location.
entity.
Address. Location.
All the foundation objects.
Perfect. Correct. HR create employees first. They like once they once they decide to build a company, first they will go with the company, then business unit, division, department. First the organization structure. So all this company, the business unit, division, department, cost center, this is all called as organization structure. So first the organization structure is created using a foundation objects. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, Ramya.
Can company exist without can employee exist without a company? Already we are done with this, right? Mm, so we want a new department in a system which is called AI solutions. Where do we create that?
Generic.
We want a new department called AI solutions. Where do we create that?
Foundation.
Foundation.
We want to create a new cost center called finance.
Foundational.
Foundation.
Perfect. So as a consultant, our first responsibility is to understand the customer's business requirement, not to jump into the configuration. So, when I pass a question, it is never about answering, it is about what I am spelling, department, where it is going. When I want to have a new to track a company laptop, where it is going, it is always about thinking about a business requirement. It is always business perspective. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anybody tell me why are we using generic objects instead of foundation objects for everything?
Every client does not have same requirements, right? Based upon the requirements, we need to.
Perfect. Because foundation objects are standard organizational entities. Okay. Across across the employee center. So any organization everywhere This is a standard organization structure in an employee central or in any other module. This is the structure which is already built from SAP. We just create the data. They are already predefined with the relationships, and these are all being used in a core HR process already. Generic is designed based on the customer specific needs, especially. That's why we will be going with the this. Okay. So we want to create a new company. It is a which object?
Foundation.
We want to create employee laptop details,
Generic.
employee parking details,
Generic.
Gen-
company car allocation,
Generic.
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 cost center,
Cost center is the foundation.
employee
Foundation.
employee passport tracking,
Generic.
Generic.
uniform allocation,
Generic.
Generic.
location.
Foundation.
Location is the foundation.
Foundation.
So we are done with the foundation and this generic objects. So in order to yeah, let's shop. Yeah, not a problem. So tomorrow we will be proceeding with the data models. Okay. So data models is something very important part of foundation objects and generic. I mean generic objects. Like mostly we will be seeing all where this foundation data and generic data is stored, how this is stored. This topic is more about those data models. So tomorrow I think we will be covering 2 hour sessions. So total data models I'll be covering tomorrow. Okay, guys. So
Okay.
Saturday you can go into the system and see the system. Okay.
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 Perfect. Any questions, anything, you can just make a note of the questions and come back to me tomorrow. I'll check with Mahesh regards how can I share you this PPT. I mean, there is nothing much in this PPT. You have this recording access, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we have.
Just go through the recording and be more specific. Write in notes what is foundation object, what is generic object. Tomorrow first we will go with your notes, what you have written, what is your understanding. Don't go with Google or some kind of stuff. Literally write what you have understood and point all the foundation objects what we have spoke today. And for the generic objects, come with some new examples. I would recommend not going with Google and all this. Initial stages, try to think, try to get the business perspective. Okay.
Sure.
Sure,
Okay.
Ramya.
Done. So this foundation and generic object is, I'm just repeating it. It is a very important topic. When you are going into the system, you should be able to differentiate which is foundation object and which is generic object. So open one of the employee. You all three can schedule one call. Open one of the employee and differentiate which is foundation data, which is employee data. Okay, generic data. Sorry. Clear?
Okay.
So
Sure.
once you differentiate, tomorrow one of you must share me your screen and show me where the foundation data is stored on the employee profile and where which is the generic data we are storing. Okay. So
Okay.
this is for tomorrow's task. So you guys have time tomorrow, or else you'll do it on Saturday. If you have time, do it for tomorrow, or else we can look it. You can do it on Saturday. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Even this works after this tomorrow's data models, it will be more clear for you. So Saturday you can spend a good time on your systems. Okay.
Sure, Ramya.
Okay. Perfect. Bye guys. Thank you.